YouTube, what's up? It's Sean Has Jokes, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the full build breakdown on my 2020 BMW X3M. A little bit of a backstory, I bought this last year, February 28, 24, so I've had it slightly over a year. It is now May the 4th, be with you, is when we're recording this. So in the last year, a lot has happened. Obviously, this car looks amazing. Personally, to me, it looks amazing, but obviously I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I love the way it looks. It's performance, we got looks, we got ride height. It's just perfect for me. Let's get started, all right? Well, I actually found the perfect buyer to buy this car from. His name was David. He had this car, he was the original owner of this car. It's an X3M, not an X3M comp. It was spec'd out perfectly. So it came with the comp seats, the comp wheels. The only thing it was missing was the comp badges and the comp seat belts, where the little M stripes are in it. So this spec is actually kind of better than a comp in my opinion. This car had 21,000 highway miles because he was just driving it to California and back and forth. So the car was pristine. It never modded, never launched. Why did I get a 2020? The 2020 is a certain year. I think it's below the 6th month of the year. You do not need to send your ECU out to get it unlocked. So that saves me about $4,000 to $5,000 right there. I personally love the pre-LCI look. I love that way more than the LCI. However, the LCI cars have grown on me a lot. How much did I pay for this car? I paid $49,000 last year. Original owner, low miles. So I love it. It's a great deal for me. If you guys are ever considering buying an X3M, this is, I think, my favorite car I've ever owned, okay? I cannot stress that enough. I love this car. But let's get into the video. How much have I dumped into this car with slightly over a year? I am in a position where I get to work with a bunch of amazing companies, and I am really grateful that I am. I am a social media influencer, I guess, or content creator. I've got large platforms. I've got 2.2 million followers on TikTok. I've got 334,000 subscribers on YouTube, 302,000 followers on Instagram, and Facebook with 54,000 followers. So I have a wide variety of social media coverage. Huge thank you to everyone that has helped me transform this car to where it is now. I would not be here without you guys. The total cost breakdown of this car would be an extreme amount of money if I didn't get sponsorships and partial sponsorships. Let's get into this. The first thing I had to do with this car was get tint. I love my privacy. We have 35% on the windshield, and then at the time I had 20% on the sides and then 5% on the rear. However, I go into this, but I got 5% on the front windshield right now. With all the windshield tint and coating of the glass with G1 ceramic glass coating, it was $650. Next up, I went and got my leather touched up from my leather guy, Rob Dow. The reason why I got my leather touched up was, I don't know how, but there was a little bit of damage on the front driver's seat. I don't know if he had like a metal jacket and it just scratched up the leather. I don't know what happened. He touched it up, made it look perfect. So that was $150. Next up, with this S58 engine, we had to get the RK Tunes front mount intakes that sucked up a bug. They retail for about $800. The intakes were free for a sponsorship. However, this dry carbon fiber piece right here that someone custom made, it was $300. It is true dry carbon fiber. Why did I buy it? It's such a unique look. I loved it on Brock's car, so shout out to Brock. Kind of had to copy on this because it's such a unique, awesome look. While we're in the engine bay, we'll just talk about a few parts that are going on right here. Downstar dress up hardware. That was $150 that I got for a full sponsorship. The Rogue Engineering strut bars with my name was a free full sponsorship. And then we also had this dry carbon fiber hydro dipped strut bar, engine strut bar. So it's very subtle, but it is a carbon fiber hydro dip, but it is beautiful in person. Next up, we got the beautiful Precision Raceworks caps. I think they're billet aluminum. They are quite impressive. And then we got the engine oil cap right there. Beautiful pieces. So there's one more thing we'll mention right while we're in here, is the BM3 flex fuel sensor is way back in the rear. You see it right there. And that's pretty much it for the engine bay. However, this engine bay is going to get a lot more expensive and cooler and faster with AMS performance. I think we're going to be running their intake manifold and also their giant heat exchanger with their S58 they just released. So this was about $400. This is about $330 or maybe $400, I can't remember. Hydro Dip was a full sponsorship. That would have been about 500 plus. The only thing I paid for in this engine bay was this dry carbon fiber piece and the Flex Fuel BM3 sensor, which I paid $697, which came with the OBD Wi-Fi adapter. Everything else in the engine bay was a full sponsorship. Let's move on to the rear. The next thing I got on my birthday, which was March 27th, was my full GT Haas exhaust with the carbon fiber tips. However, I changed that and went with an IRL mid pipe and IRL down pipes. which we will get more into later. The exhaust, I did not pay for it. I worked with them. Next up, I did an oil change at 23,000 miles. Also did H&R lowering springs, which I did not pay for, but they retail for about $500. I will be going on KW coilovers, KW V3 coilovers eventually. I need a little bit of a better ride height with these 21-inch wheels. Little X3M secrets. If you want the best ride height, get the H&R springs with 20-inch wheels and get a lot of tire. It's a very comfy ride. When you go to the 21-inch wheels, which is what I have, it stiffens the ride quite a bit, so that's why I need to go on KWs. All right, moving back up to the front, we have the carbon fiber front kidney drills, which were $300. Next up, I bought some Rohana wheels that were 20 inches. They're not on the car right now because I upgraded to 21s for the look. I paid $1,600 was a partial sponsorship, and then $900 for the tires, which were from eBay, and then another $100 for the ceramic coating that are on the wheels. In May, we got this car wrapped pink to black by Ghost Industries here in Schaumburg with 2 layers of G-Technic Halo V2 applied. The total cost for me, it was a partial sponsorship, so it was $2,000 all in. In June, we installed the Einhorn Unicorn rear diff bolt, which is essential for this car because the most common failure on this car is the diff bolt. So I got that with Einhorn. I did not pay for it. I did a video with it. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. That part was about $400. Next up, we did the EBC brake pads. We went with the Reds. I love these brake pads. They have a lot of bite. They have lower dust. You can clearly see the red in the brake. I highly recommend EBC red brake pads. The wheels are very dirty because I've been driving the car the last 2 days pretty hard. Yeah, and through construction, so this car got caked on with dust and shit. Next up, we got IRL catless downpipes. I did that with IRL. It was a partial sponsorship. I paid $500. In September, this car actually got re-wrapped because there was a couple printing mistakes and We Print Wraps wanted to fix that. The vinyl was for free and the labor was for free this time because Ghost Industries worked out a deal with We Print Wraps to exchange for the labor. So I did not pay for anything for the second rewrap, but this is the V2 wrap. This also got coated in G-Technic Halo, which I got for free. We got some oil changes in there. We got the brake calipers that were powder dipped to Black Star Satin Gold, and they were ceramic coated with G-Technic C5 wheel armor. If you guys have any brakes, or obviously you guys got brakes, but if you guys got brakes or wheels, please get them ceramic coated. It'll make your life a lot easier. Everyone keeps asking, are these carbon ceramic brakes? Because if you know BMW CSs, they have the gold brakes. I did not do that because of it. It is not carbon ceramic brakes. That is way too expensive. I love the gold with the wrap. It actually ties in very well. End of September, we got the carbon fiber body kit from Carbon Works Chicago. This was an expensive purchase. I paid $2,300 for it. The front lip, side skirts, and a beautiful rear diffuser with a 4th brake light. And for those of you that say it's the 3rd brake light, you are wrong because there is a brake light right here, and then that's the 4th one. Next up, I took it over to Dynamic Detailing and had all the carbon ceramic coated. I gave them $50 because I already had the stuff. So very easy to ceramic coat brand new carbon fiber. We got the IRL mid pipe installed. That was $900, I believe, and I paid $600. It was a partial sponsorship. We did new spark plugs, new cabin air filters, brake fluid change, transfer case service done, because this transfer case goes through a lot with all the torque and the way I drive it. It's a beating. This is a very important one, all right? IND. I worked with IND, they're local here to Chicago. I think they're over by Lake Zurich. I don't care what BMW you have, you need IND products. They are top-notch, OEM plus look. So this is a carbon fiber roundel with the black, so there's no chrome. So it's actually, obviously there's chrome right there, but there's no chrome ring, and then real carbon fiber in there. Then we have the rear reflector deletes, beautiful pieces. And then we're moving over to the side where we got carbon fiber knife emblems from IND, and then the carbon fiber front badge as well. Again, carbon fiber, I think I said that. And then one more thing from IND, which is this, I believe it's an aluminum hood latch. This thing is awesome. It makes pulling your hood 1,000 times easier. What was the total for all the IND love? It was actually free. Got to work with them. Appreciate you guys over at IND. But that would have been probably over $800 for all that stuff I just talked about. Actually, definitely over $800. We talked about it before, but we have the BM3 flex fuel sensor with the OBD. Just to recap, that was $700. BM3 flex fuel sensor game changer on the S58 platform. You need to run E50, or you need to run some type of E. This car can take it. Get some E50 on your car. We went back to Ghost Industries and got 5% on the front windows. That was $100 for the removal of the old ones and the new ones. All right, so moving on to the interior, we have one of my favorite mods I've ever done to this car, which is the LCI steering wheel. But the LCI steering wheel from Fragment Motorsports, it is OEM plus quality, the best quality. I did not pay for it. It was a sponsorship. And I did opt for the heated steering wheel because here in Chicago, we get the coldest winters and very hot summers. So I wanted to keep the heated steering wheel. That would have been about $900 all in. I have a discount code for that. I'll link in the description. Last month, we got the audio system upgraded in this car. We went with Bavsound. We got their stage 1 speaker upgrade kit and their Ghost subwoofers that go underneath the front driver sides. You guys, the X3M sound system is absolute garbage. The Bavsound entire setup is amazing. So it drastically changed the listening experience in my BMW. The sound system in this car, for the price point, it was very lacking. Bavsound completely changed that. So with this sound system, a lot of people that want a lot of bass, it's just rattling the license plate and the windows and just I don't want all that. I just want a nice deep bass that hits and also sounds clear and loud, and that is exactly what we got with Bavsound. That would have been $2,000 all in. I, again, had a full sponsorship. I've also got a video up on my YouTube channel where you guys gotta check it out, but we installed that, and I got a video before and after, and my thoughts, an honest review, I do not lie. Lastly, we did a lot of servicing this last month. We did spark plugs, cleaned and gapped, oil change, Dynon injectors. We got the IRL cooler guard installed so you can protect your cooler for your oil. That was $200 for a partial sponsorship. Sorry, I forgot the wheels. So I paid for these wheels with the tires and with the spacers. All in, it was $2,600. Another $100 I forgot to mention, but these carbon fiber inserts for the seats, direct fitment, look great. That was $100 from Auto Technic. Thank you to my lovely wife for that birthday gift. And she also bought me the directional turn signals. So when the light goes from one side to the other. She also got me that as a birthday present, which I will be installing here soon. So grand total, drum roll please. Pause this video right now and take a guess in the comments how much I paid for all this. So the total I have paid out of pocket myself is $14,293. Without these sponsorships, oh my gosh, this whole build would have been probably near $35,000. No joke, I'm not exaggerating that at all. The wrap with the design is a crap load of money. The labor for the wrap is expensive. Everything adds up so much. Let me know in the comments also, did you think it was gonna be more or did you think it was gonna be lower than what I paid? Huge thank you to Chad over at Dynamic BMW. He is the only one I let touch my cars and work on them. If you guys are looking for any great service, check out Dynamic BMW here in Huntley, Illinois. Again, a huge shout out to all the companies that have worked with me on this tremendous build. You guys have transformed this car to a masterpiece. This car gets so much attention, I cannot stress that enough. With the unique wrap it has, from the sound with the exhaust to the performance. Guess what, you guys? I've only had it for a year. There's plenty of mods coming up. Really quick, we'll touch up on that. So like I mentioned before, AMS intake manifold should be coming to the channel. Maybe a giant single turbo one day. That's the dream for this car, is to get a giant single turbo. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite mod that I've done to my car? For me personally, there's a lot of awesome things I've done to this car. I think the wrap is by far my favorite thing I've done. There's a lot of things. I love the body kit, I love the wheels, love the steering wheel inside. Also, if you'd like to see anything on this car, please let me know in the comments down below and I will try to get it installed. I think we're gonna get some mud flaps with the spacers. We've got a lot of rocks kicking up on the wrap, mud flaps to prevent that. And without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys can leave a like and comment, it helps the channel so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one.